The words you speak to yourself every day shape the person you become. They are not just sounds. They are not just sentences. They are commands to your brain, instructions to your future, and the blueprint of your destiny. Think about it. Every great leader, every successful entrepreneur, every person who changed the world had moments of doubt. They had moments when they could have told themselves, I am not good enough. But they didn't. They spoke to themselves with power, with belief, with the kind of energy that turns obstacles into opportunities. What are you telling yourself? Are you saying, I'm not smart enough? Or, I don't have what it takes? If so, your mind will believe it. And when your mind believes it, your actions will follow. You won't take risks. You won't push harder. You won't step forward when the moment demands it. You will hesitate. You will shrink. And before you know it, your life will reflect the words you kept repeating. But if you wake up every morning and tell yourself, I am strong, I am learning, I am capable, something shifts. Your mind starts looking for proof. Your energy changes. Your posture changes, your decisions change, and step by step, your reality begins to match the words you've been feeding your soul. There is an old saying, be careful what you say because your mind is always listening. It doesn't know the difference between a joke and the truth. If you say, I am terrible at this, or I always mess up, your mind believes you. It collects evidence. It reminds you of every failure, every mistake, every reason why you should give up. And then, without even realizing it, you start living the story you wrote with your own words. Pause for a second. Imagine a child learning to walk. They fall again and again. Do they stop? No, because they don't tell themselves, I'm not good at walking. They just keep going. But as we grow older, we start listening to doubt. We start absorbing negativity, and soon we start repeating it to ourselves, believing it as if it were the ultimate truth. But it's not the truth, it's just a story. And the most powerful thing, you can change the story. You can start telling yourself something new. You can start choosing words that build you up instead of tearing you down. Words that make you stronger instead of weaker. Because words are energy. Words create. Words manifest. The most successful people in the world, the ones who rise above failure, the ones who turn nothing into something, do you know their secret? It's not luck. It's not talent. It's the way they talk to themselves when nobody is watching. When things are hard. When everything seems impossible. They say, I can do this. They say, I will find a way. They say, I am meant for more. And because they say it, they become it. When you wake up in the morning, what is the first thing you say to yourself? Do you start your day thinking, today will be tough? I don't have enough skills. I'm not ready. I can't do this. Or do you wake up and say, today is another chance. I am growing. I am getting better. I will find a way. Because the truth is, your mind listens to everything you say. It doesn't argue. It doesn't question. It simply believes. And when you tell yourself something repeatedly, it starts shaping your reality. Most people don't realize this. They go through life talking to themselves in the worst way possible. I always fail. I'm not lucky. Success is for others, not for me. And after years of repeating these words, they wonder why they feel stuck, why opportunities don't come, why life feels like an endless cycle of struggle. But what if, just for 21 days, you change the way you talk to yourself? What if instead of saying, I can't, you said, I'll figure it out? What if instead of, I always fail, you said, I learn from every experience? What if instead of, I am not good enough, you said, I'm improving every single day? You see, the human brain is powerful. It adapts. It rewires itself based on repetition. And studies have shown that if you do something for 21 days consistently, it becomes a habit. Now imagine if for the next 21 days you trained your brain to think differently, to believe differently, to see opportunities where others see obstacles. At first it might feel strange, maybe even silly, because your mind has spent years, maybe decades, believing in limitations. But that's exactly why you must push through. Day one, you might still feel the doubt. That little voice in your head will say, this won't work, you're just lying to yourself. Ignore it. Keep going. Day 5, you start noticing something different, a shift. You wake up, and without even thinking, you hear a different voice. I am capable. I can handle whatever comes my way. Day 10, something even bigger happens. You start seeing opportunities where you once saw problems. You begin to take action instead of making excuses. Day 15, people around you notice. They see the confidence in your eyes, the certainty in your words, and by day 21, you are no longer trying to change your mindset. You have already changed it. It's not magic, it's not luck, it's simply the power of repetition, of consistency, of choosing every single day to speak to yourself like someone who is destined for greatness. Because if you want to change your life, you must first change the way you talk to yourself. And if you do it for 21 days, I promise you, the world around you will start to change too. When most people see a problem, they stop. They hesitate. They think, this is too big. This is too hard. Maybe this is not for me. And that one moment, just that single thought can destroy an entire dream before it even starts. But the truth is, every great success, every great innovation, and every great leader, they didn't avoid problems. They embraced them. They looked at the same challenges that made others quit and said, there has to be a way. I will find it. Think about it. When Alibaba started, we had no money, no technology, no powerful connections, nothing. But instead of saying this is impossible, we asked, how can we make it possible? We didn't have investors knocking on our door. We didn't have a clear business model. And yet, every single day, I reminded myself, problems are only problems if you refuse to look for solutions. Most people fear failure. They see it as the end. But failure is just feedback. It's life telling you, this way didn't work, try another one. And if you don't try again, you will never know what's waiting for you on the other side. Some of you have big dreams. You want to start a business. You want to build something meaningful. But the moment things get hard, you start doubting yourself. You hear that little voice inside whispering, maybe this is not for me. Maybe I'm not ready. Maybe I'm not smart enough. But let me ask you, who put those ideas in your mind? Who told you that you couldn't? Nobody is born successful. Nobody is born with all the answers. The people who make it in life are not the ones who never had problems. They are the ones who refuse to let problems define them. Imagine for a moment. You wake up one day and everything you worked for is gone. Your business fails. Your investment collapses. Your plans fall apart. What would you do? Most people would break. They would give up. But the ones who win, the ones who rise, they stand up and say, this is not the end, this is just the beginning. I have met so many people who say, I had a great idea, but I was afraid it wouldn't work. Or, I wanted to start, but I was waiting for the perfect moment. And now, years later, they are still waiting, still doubting, still watching others succeed while they stand in the same place. The world doesn't give you success just because you want it. It tests you first. It challenges you. It asks, how badly do you want this? And only those who are willing to push forward, even when it's hard, will get there. You have two choices. You can look at a problem and say, this is too difficult, and walk away. Or you can look at the same problem and say, there has to be a way. I will find it. The choice is always yours. When you look in the mirror, what do you say to yourself? Do you see someone who is not good enough? Someone who is always one step behind? Someone who is too late? Too inexperienced, too ordinary? If that's the voice in your head, you are not alone. Every successful person you admire has had that voice too. The difference? They didn't listen to it. They changed the conversation. Because the truth is, nobody is born with unshakable confidence. Confidence is built. It is trained. It is spoken into existence. And it starts with how you talk to yourself. There was a time when I doubted everything. I applied for 30 jobs and got rejected by all of them. Even KFC, 24 people applied, 23 got hired. I was the only one left out. Imagine that. How easy would it have been for me to say, I am not good enough, I will never succeed? How easy would it have been to accept failure as my identity? But I didn't. Instead, I told myself, Jack, maybe you're not meant for a job. Maybe you're meant to create jobs. That one thought changed everything. Now think about yourself. How many times have you stopped before even trying? How many times have you said, I can't do this, before you even gave yourself a chance? Self-doubt is a silent killer of dreams. It stops you from taking action. It convinces you that you are not ready, that you are not worthy. And the more you listen to it, the stronger it becomes. But let me tell you something. You are not your doubts. You are not your failures. You are not your past. Maybe nobody in your family has ever been successful. Maybe people around you don't believe in you. Maybe the world tells you you are not special. But who decides that? Them or you? You see, life is not about waiting for someone to tell you you can do it. You must be the one to tell yourself every single day. When you fail, instead of saying, I am a failure, say, I am learning. When you make a mistake, don't say, I am not good enough. Say, I am getting better. Because words have power. The words you repeat to yourself become the truth you live. Imagine this. Two people wake up in the morning. One looks in the mirror and says, today's going to be tough. I don't know if I can do this. The other one says, today might be tough, but I am tougher. I will figure it out. Who do you think will succeed? The one who already convinced himself that he will? So starting today, catch yourself when you speak words of doubt. Stop, breathe, and change the sentence. Not, I am not smart enough. Say, I can learn anything. Not, I am too weak. Say, I am getting stronger. Not, I don't deserve success. Say, I am working for it. The way you talk to yourself today will shape the person you become tomorrow. Speak like a winner. Speak like a leader. Speak like the person you are destined to be. If you walk into a room and speak softly, uncertainly, looking down at the floor, what happens? People don't listen. They don't take you seriously. Not because they don't care, but because you don't believe in what you're saying yourself. Now imagine walking into the same room, standing tall, speaking with conviction. Your words are clear. Your energy is strong. You believe in what you're saying. Suddenly